April 17th. Joshua chapter 15th, verse 1st until 63rd. This then was the lot of the tribe of the children of Judah by their families. Even to the border of Edom, the wilderness of Zin, southward was the uttermost part of the south coast. And their south border was from the shore of the South Sea, from the bay that looketh southward. And it went out to the south side to Malekrabim, and passed along to Zin, and ascended up on the south side unto Kadesh Barnea, and passed along to Esrom, and went up to Adar, and fetched a compass to Karkaa. From thence it passed toward Asmon, and went out unto the river of Egypt. And the goings out of that coast were at the sea. This shall be your south coast. And the east border was the South Sea, even unto the end of Jordan. And their border in the north quarter was from the bay of the sea at the uttermost part of Jordan. And the border went up to Beth-hogla, and passed along by the north of Beth-arabah. And the border went up to the stone of Bohan the son of Reuben. And the border went up toward the Beer from the valley of Achor, and so northward, looking toward Jugal, that is before the going up to Adumim, which is on the south side of the river. And the border passed toward the waters of Enzemesh, and the goings out thereof were at En Rogel. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom unto the south side of the Jebusite, the same Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain that lieth before the valley of Hinnom westward, which is at the end of the valley of the giants northward. And the border was drawn from the top of the hill unto the fountain of the water of Nephtoah, and went out to the cities of Mount Ephraim. And the border was drawn to Baalah, which is Kirjath-jearim. And the border compassed from Baalah westward unto Mount Seir, and passed along unto the side of Mount Jearim, which is Chesalon, on the north side, and went down to Bethshemesh, and passed on the Timnah. And the border went out unto the side of Ekron northward, and the border was drawn to Sikron, and passed along to Mount Baalah, and went out unto Jabneel. And the goings out of the border were at the sea. And the west border was to the great sea, and the coast thereof. This is the coast of the children of Judah round about according to their families. And unto Caleb the son of Jephunneh he gave a part among the children of Judah, according to the commandment of the Lord to Joshua, even the city of Arba the father of Anak, which city is Hebron. And Caleb drove thence the 3 sons of Anak, Sesai and Iman and Talmai, the children of Anak. And he went up thence to the inhabitants of the Beer. And the name of the Beer before was Kirjath-sepher. And Caleb said, He that smiteth Kirjath-sepher, and taketh it, to him will I give Achsah my daughter to wife. And Othniel the son of Kenaz, the brother of Caleb, took it, and he gave him Achsah his daughter to wife. And it came to pass, as she came unto him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field. And she lighted off her ass. And Caleb said unto her, What wouldest thou? Who answered, Give me a blessing, for thou hast given me a southland. Give me also springs of water. And he gave her the upper springs and the nether springs. This is the inheritance of the tribe of the children of Judah according to their families. And the othermost cities of the tribe of the children of Judah toward the coast of Edom, southward were Kabzeel and Eder and Jagur and Kinah and Dimonah and Adadah and Kedes and Azor and Ethnan, Ziph and Telen and Bealoth and Azor, Hadath Hadatha, and Kerioth, and Ezrom, which is Hazor, Aman, and Shema, and Moladah, and Hazar-Gada, and Esmon, and Beth-Palet, and Azar-Shual, and Beer-Sheba, and Bijothja, Bala, and and Azen, and Eltolad, and Kezil, and Orma, and Ziklag, and Madmana, and Sansana, and Lebaoth, and Sidin, and Aim, and Himon. All the cities are 29, with their villages. And in the valley, Estao, and Zoria, and Asna, and Zanoah, and Enganin, Tapua, and Enem, Jarmuth, and Adlan, Soko, and Azekah, and Zaraim, and Ajithaim, and Gedera, and Gederothaim, 14 cities with their villages. Zenan, and Adasa, and Migdalgad, and Dilean, and Mispe, and Jokthel, Lakis, and Boskath, and Eglon, and Kabon, and Laman, and Kithlish, and Gederoth, Beth Dagon, and Naamah, and Makeda, 16 cities with their villages. Libnah, and Ether, and Azan, and Jephthah, and Asna, and Nezib, and Keilah, and Atzib, and Mareza, 9 cities with their villages. Ekron with her towns and her villages, from Ekron even unto the sea, all that lay near Asdod with their villages, Asdod with her towns and her villages, Gaza with her towns and her villages, unto the river of Egypt, and the great sea, and the border thereof. And in the mountains Samir, and Jatir, and Soko, and Dana, and Kirjatsana, which is Debir, and Anab, and Estemoth, and Anin, and Gozan, and Alam, and Gilo, 11 cities with their villages, Arab, and Duma, and Ezen, and Janun, and Beth Tapua, and Apeka, and Humta, and Kirjatharba, which is Hebron, and Zior, 9 cities with their villages, Mount, Carmel, and Ziph, and Juttah, and Jezreel, and Jokdeam, and Zanoah, Caim, Gibeah, and Timnah, 10 cities with their villages, Halu, Besur, and Jedor, and Marath, and Beth Anoth, and Eltekon, 6 cities with their villages, Kirjath Baal, which is Kirjath Jearim, and Rabbah, 2 cities with their villages. In the wilderness, Beth Arba, Midin, and Sekah, and Nibzan, and the city of Salt, and Enjadi, 6 cities with their villages. As for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem unto this day.